So who here has been a part of a sleepover? Okay.
I've slept over at your house.
You're a housemate. You're not...
I slept over at your house before I lived with you.
Okay, fair enough.
That was an emergency.
That was an emergency, yes. I'm talking like as a kid, a legit sleepover. You know, like you invite your friends over, you play video games for an X amount of the time, you sit around and talk bullshit about stuff.
I did that with Animal Crossing on the DS.
There you go. Okay.
I didn't have friends.
I feel like I never knew too many guys that would do that anyway.
I never got invited to anything. I only ever got like pity invites.
Damn.
And
what about you, Kyra? Did you have any sleepovers or stuff like that?
We when I was younger, we used to do that for my birthdays sometimes, and then like Bonnie or Emily, somebody like that.
Mm-hmm.
Name drop, but it's fine. They don't watch, and
Luther?
I wasn't be specific enough. No, not Luther.
Oh.
Luther Vandross?
No. Heather's
Me
how
and
many sheets to the wind would you say she is?
At least 3.
I was gonna go like 5.
I don't know about 5. 5 would be bad. 5 would be her just pretty much like, man, I love you.
That's not what
Emily Luther is actually a person we went to school with.
No.
I don't know what you guys are on about.
Yeah.
No, she's still speaking coherent sentences, Ben. That's 3 sheets to the wind. She's tipsy. She's not
I
pissed
just
drunk.
want so many mozzarella sticks right now. I'm not even gonna lie.
Well, once we're done with these, we'll take you to get some mozzarella sticks.
Anyway, so
all right.
Spoopy sleepover stories. Is that
Yes,
what we're doing?
Sleepover Stories animated by Llama Arts. These are the spoopy things that we.
Can I use you as a footrest?
No.
He's still bad.
Oh.
No.
Let's see. I would have. Damn it! I should. You know what? I should have brought my little ottoman down here. I should have brought my little ottoman down here for you.
All right, fine.
You know what? You know what? Hold on. Hold on.
No.
Just,
I'll go get my ottoman.
just let's just do the
The
thing.
pillow.
Just try it, and we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how bad this goes.
Sorry.
We are
Okay.
professionals.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
We're professionals.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's dive into Llama Arts' video here. Get Sleepover Stories animated. Let's get it on screen, and here we go.
Cue people talking about how my feet are always on him.
No, just stop talking about it.
Oh, don't.
draw
You
the
don't know what
When I was
happened to
15
Wyndham.
years old.
Oh.
My best friend Anthony wanted me to come over for the night since his parents would be gone all weekend. I rode my bike over and put it in his backyard before letting myself in through his back door. We played basically every video game he had, from FIFA all the way to Call of Duty, with popcorn and other junk food spilled out all over the floor. As the night progressed, we moved from video games to watching half a movie and getting bored, to doing prank calls at close to 10 o'clock.
No.
Anthony made a few calls to different pizza places. When it was my turn, I just dialed a few random numbers in hopes to get someone at their house. On, say, my 4th attempt, I finally reached somebody. A guy with a deep and rough voice picked up, answering with a yeah instead of a hello. Anthony's laughing in the background made me stumble with my words mid-sentence, ultimately cracking up into laughter. I had never done a prank call, so I sucked at it. The guy on the other end was silent. I regained a straight face and tried to continue with the call. It went something like this. Sir, would it be alright if I borrowed one of the wheels from your car? What's your name, kid?
No.
My name is Bob. Really? You sure it's not Anthony? It hit me like a brick. I looked up at Anthony, whose face was noticeably full of fear. I hung up the phone, not wanting to be on the line with whoever that was for another second. Anthony, who the hell was that? I asked him. I don't know, he told me. Does your caller ID info display your name or something? No, it shows my dad's name. We hopped on the computer and did some research, trying to figure out how it was possible to get someone's name through their phone number. It didn't make sense how he could get Anthony's name so quickly. He was way too young at the time to be on any of those personal information sharing websites. We ended up asking a question on Yahoo Answers, since no one had a similar experience. The question turned up no answers. I suggested he call his dad, but he said he wasn't supposed to have anybody over for the weekend, so he didn't want to call. We planned on sleeping in the living room, so we just resumed watching the movie that we hadn't finished from earlier. Right after the phone call had left my mind, me and Anthony looked at each other when we heard his front storm door opening, and then the doorknob to the front door began to turn. It only was able to turn about halfway before the lock restricted it. Anthony turned off the TV, and I went over to the window to see who it was. I spread the blinds open. There was a tall guy standing outside. He noticed the blinds moving and turned to look at me. I practically threw the blinds back into place. Me and Anthony
Back door, lock the back door.
Listening for any more noises.
That's what I'd check for.
We heard the sound of the gate to the backyard opening, as it was right outside the kitchen window.
I'm always terrified of stuff like this.
God damn it, I said. I
There are
forgot
so
to shut
many
the
doors
back
to
door.
this house. Do you know how worried I get?
Anthony urged me to run and shut it.
I don't want to think about
I made it to the hallway.
Well, I always
and into
make
his
sure
back
they're
door.
locked. So.
Yeah.
I froze. There was a silhouette standing
no.
outside the back door.
I
don't
can't
think he
figure out
noticed
how to
me,
open
but
half of them
he
anyway.
was surely looking into the house.
Use your ROTC
He
tactical
opened the door
movements.
and stepped inside.
Oh.
I tiptoed to the kitchen and motioned for Anthony to follow me upstairs.
Not
We
upstairs,
moved
out
to
the
his
front
room
door.
as quietly as possible, pulling the door shut to avoid making any noise. We crawled under his bed. He had cloth covering the bottom of his bed, so you couldn't see anything under it unless you actually moved the cloth. The doors downstairs all opened, each one getting closer to the stairs. Thumps finally began up the stairs, and he was right outside the door now. The door to the room opened. I could hear Anthony's breathing. It was too loud. Footsteps moved over to the closet, and then the closet opened. I could hear the coat hangers being slid around as the fabric of the jackets and coats rubbed against each other. Footsteps moved over to the bed and stopped. I felt like my heart was about to explode out of my chest. Anthony's breathing was too loud. I had to cover his mouth with my hand. Nothing but silence in the room now. We laid still for so long.
It
I
takes
almost
something out
thought
of this
he
to
wasn't even in
realize
the room
he
anymore.
had to survive to tell this story.
I moved my hand away from Anthony's mouth and whispered in his ear, "You think we can make a run for it?" He was about to answer when the most disturbing, memory-haunting scream I'd ever heard filled my ears as Anthony was seemingly dragged out from under the bed. I crawled out and saw him struggling with the man. I desperately looked around for anything to use as a weapon. I settled with the screwdriver sitting on his nightstand. I hurried over to the man and drove the screwdriver into his back. He let go of Anthony as he let out a scream of agony, giving us time to get the hell out of the house. Running onto the road would give away our position too easily. It would take too long to make it to his neighbor's house. We dove for the tree line in the woods and took cover behind a bush, watching the house. The back door opened as the man stepped outside,
And none of you thought,
looking around the backyard.
you didn't think to just call 911.
He then looked out to the woods. I felt his eyes pass me as he scanned through the tree line. It seemed that it was too dark for him to see us. Then, he turned his head back in our direction. I ducked behind the bush. "Joe, he's coming." "What?" "Dude, get up, we gotta run." He was right. The man was approaching us fast. How could he have seen us? We ran through the woods with the leaves crunching under us, giving away our position. When Anthony tripped over something, I crouched down with him, hoping we had run far enough. Not even 20 seconds later, oncoming footsteps from the direction we were running from came fast. They slowed down only 2 trees away from us, as we lay face down in the leaves. Moments later, the footsteps take off in another direction. We waited until we could no longer hear them, and took off back in the direction of the house. While running, over the sound of leaves crushing and my heavy breathing, I could swear I heard leaves crushing from behind us. We made it back to his backyard, into his house, and this time remembering to shut the back door. We were now able to call the police. Anthony stayed on the line with them, while I patrolled the back
We were
windows, making
now
sure nobody
able
was
to
out
call
there.
the police.
It was so dark though, I couldn't see anything. So I did something that seems stupid today. I turned on his backyard lights, and immediately in the distance, over by the woods, I saw him, standing in front of a big tree. He turned off back into the woods and disappeared out of sight. That was the last time me or Anthony ever saw him. I would be lying if I told you we heard the occasional knocks at our windows or something cliche. No, that was it. 5 years have passed and nothing has happened. Do I wonder if it was somehow linked to the prank call? Maybe.
It was.
Does it make sense? Not really. But yeah, this was the story of how me and my still best friend Anthony almost died during a break-in.
Yeah, you're fine.
There you go. So yeah, I never had that happen before. Although me trying to be funny one night, my sister and her friends were downstairs in the living room, and they were all like, they heard a car pull in and they didn't recognize whose car it was, so they started thinking the worst, like, oh, he's gonna come in and kill us. And me trying to be funny, I come downstairs with my BB gun and say, don't worry, ladies, they got to get to y'all. They got to go through me. And they look up at me, and they give me a nickname that still to this day,
You're not going to say it.
I can't shake.
Don't say it. Don't do it. It'll happen to you.
They called me.
There it is. Mr. Pig.
No. They called
okay.
They called me as soon as as soon as I finished saying that. One of them looks up at me and say, "Easy there, Columbine."
Ooh.
I know.
Too much.
I don't know, Nate.
It was about 2 years after. It was about 2 years after it.
It's too much.
I know. I didn't say it. You want to blame somebody? You can blame probably my sister's friend Lauren or one of the Helton twins.
No one has ever broke into my house with the intent of murdering me, but I have been in situations where I've had to lock myself in a room and thought I was gonna die.
The worst break-in I've ever had is I had someone break into my room and steal my Xbox, my PS3, and both of my cameras. Which
funny because you got one of those back.
Well, I got my PS3 and my Xbox back, but I didn't get the cameras.
Yeah.
The cameras to this day, I still don't know where the hell they are. But yeah, it's just one of those things. So, for me, I've never had anything serious happen, but I consider myself prepared because I've got guns. I've got guns, and I know how to use them. And just so if anyone's curious about breaking in here, trying to be funny and all that, just know this. I don't miss from a certain distance.
I don't have guns, but I live here.
Also, I have plenty of knives. I can pass a knife off to Heather, and after she's done, threatening herself with it.
Oh yeah,
we're
not giving Heather a knife.
After she's done threatening herself with it, she will come at you like a mad banshee.
No, she won't.
I don't know. I think if someone was threatening me, I would stab them.
I've got a big knife you could use. It's that long altogether with the handle.
I think if I was sincerely scared, I would stab someone. But I would have to be sincerely scared.
Yeah, and I'm not. I don't know.
And it takes a lot to scare me.
Okay.
Heather, you get scared when you walk out of the bathroom and I'm standing there because I've just walked out of my room.
Thankfully, she hasn't stabbed you yet.
She doesn't have a knife.
No! Okay. So, this was...
I live in a house full of crazy people.
I feel like I'm going to throw
And
up.
you're just now figuring this out?
Oh, no. I just like reiterating it every so often.
Because I'm a legs.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll go get you the ottoman. I'll go get you the ottoman.
No, you don't have to. I was just because she said I feel like I'm gonna throw up. I'm like, I'm gonna move.
Yeah, that seems strong.
Well, yeah, don't worry. I'll go grab that and you can rest your legs on it. But anyway, this was Llama Arts with with a scary sleepover stories.
I'd like to point
animated.
out, there was only one story there.
Well, I think it deals with it's just one of the stories from one of Mr. Nightmare's videos. And I think maybe, which one's the one that's defective? Is it this one?
It is this one. If it has 2 pin marks on the bottom, it's the good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
You got a McFlurry?
Yeah.
What kind?
Oreo.
Nice.
What can I say? I like Oreo. I don't like M&M McFlurries as much.
Yeah, Oreo is the way to go.
Yeah.
I mean, they had Rolo ones that I was in.
That, yeah, because chocolate and caramel, it's a good combo.
It is.
Yeah.
You can't fucking go wrong.
God. All right. Well, this was fun to watch, and we hope you all have enjoyed. And if you want to watch the original video, link is always in the description down below. Yeah. And until next time, signing off, I'm Nate.
I'm Ben.
I'm Mothman.
I'm Kyra.
And we will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.